Today on Endless Climbing we visit Higger, home of the file f6A. This route is particularly good for benchmarking how well your Gritstone jamming is coming along. Both myself and Dean have climbed it many times, but it's always good to return to see if it feels any easier. At this point the quickest way to the file is to bear right, but we decide to take the left hand path. Before we know it, we're stood under a very famous boulder problem called Sick at font 6A, and Dean jumps straight on with his trainers. You might be wondering at this point, why all the narration? Well, it's because we weren't planning on doing this boulder problem, so we haven't put our external microphones on. And as you're about to find out, it's a really windy day.
I know I've done it lots of times before. I don't understand why it's suddenly so hard.
So the reason that Dean found that attempt hard is very easy to explain. Firstly, this is the first problem of the day and Dean is just not warmed up. Secondly, he was wearing his trainers and climbing shoes are expensive for a reason.
Got this right. Oh, there we are. Well, there we go, eh? First attempt wearing climbing shoes instead of trainers.
So I can't let Dean have all the fun on this boulder problem. So I put my climbing shoes on and chuck my hands up and give it a go, with less than encouraging results.
Not that one. Oh, that hurt my elbow.
So if you're wondering why my elbow was hurting during the last attempt, that's because I have a common injury to climbers called golfer's elbow. A good way of managing golfer's elbow is to do a good warm-up, which clearly I'm not.
Oh, I'm not even up to flick my elbow, dude.
During these attempts, it's highlighting some of my weaknesses as a rock climber. Liking steak and beer has definitely not helped my weight. Being quite lazy has definitely not helped my strength in terms of training. And in this particular instance, my footwork is absolutely terrible when trying to use heels. In fact, if I can avoid using a high heel, I'll definitely do so. The silver lining is there's plenty of areas I can target to improve as a climber, and these will also make great videos for future episodes. So here's a challenge to our viewers. There are many aspects to my climbing that would help me get up this boulder problem, but if you had to single out one specific thing for me to work on, pop it in the comments below and I'll work on it in the next coming weeks and see if it makes ascending this boulder problem any easier.
Oh! Yes. I'm not locked in. Ah.
Okay, I've already done this once and I forgot to record it, so this is the second attempt, but we've just come off sick and I've totally failed and it wasn't even a decent attempt. I promised to come back this year and do it, but it doesn't look like it's going to go down today. Right, off to the file and the rasp. So that's a promise that we're going to try it. Not the rasp direct. Well, this boulder problem, Sick, has defeated me. And this YouTube video is getting quite long, so the ascent to the file will have to wait until next week's episode. We'll sign off with Dean trying to climb it in his trainers. Thank you for climbing with us and we'll see you in the next episode.